Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video let's do the review of the Sony soundbar that is known as the Sony G700. And the speciality of the soundbar is that this is a Dolby Atmos soundbar, and it also comes with a wireless dedicated sub. And guys, when I got this, the pricing was about 40,000, but now when I checked on Amazon, the price has increased a little bit. It was showing about 44, but anyways, I'll leave the link. And I had to test this soundbar a lot. Many of you were asking me on Twitter when will I review this, and I took my time because I was having some very mixed results. And in fact, I tested it with 3 different televisions, and now finally I can give you a verdict. So let's look at this soundbar and if it's right for you or not. So guys, this comes with this wireless subwoofer, remote, and this is the actual soundbar. Also, we get all the cables. In fact, HDMI cable is also included on this one. And if you notice, here are the drivers on this one, and one is over here. Here is a display. When it switches on, actually this glows, shows you if it's Dolby Atmos, what signal, Dolby Digital, whatever. Center, we also have one speaker, and this is nice because the vocals are very clear because of that. And then we have one more speaker. Again, as it's Atmos soundbar, but we don't have any speakers over here. They're trying to simulate the surround sound using virtualization. That's what they are doing, and it's a true 3.1 means 3 channels, 1, 2, 3, and 0.1 is actually the subwoofer, but it tries to simulate according to their marketing material 7.1. And if you go over here, your power plug will go over here, and if we move over this, let me just try to see if you can see it. I'll add a B-roll, guys. We have optical in, then we have an update for USB, then we have 2 HDMI ports. One is actually a regular one. Here, let's say if you have an external player like Xbox or what do you say, DVD player, 4K player or something like that, Blu-ray player, you can connect. And the second is for your eARC connection. This is how mostly you'll connect if you have a smart television, and this supports eARC. So if your TV has eARC, yes, you can get Dolby Atmos with this soundbar. So again, it's pretty heavy, but not very big. And the build quality is good on this one. I have no problems regarding the build quality. Now coming to the remote controller, we get this remote controller, and it's very comfortable to hold because it's narrow, and we have a lot of buttons over it. You can individually also control the subwoofer. It can go up to 12. I felt about 10 was good on this one, and you have various modes over this. You can even change the audio to standard, music, or cinema. And we also have this known as immersive AE, that it tries to actually simulate that surround sound, but I would say it does a so-so job. In some of the movies I got a very good effect, but in some of the other movies this immersive AE simply did not provide that good effect. So I would say it's a hit or a miss. So again, if your tracks are originally 5.1 or Dolby Atmos, you get the best effect. Again, if it's a Dolby Atmos, this immersive AV will just get disabled automatically. So the remote is fully functional on this one, so that's actually a nice thing. This is the top of the soundbar. I didn't remove the sticker, and as you can see, you can even power on, change the source. Obviously it has Bluetooth and you can adjust the volume, but one thing is that this soundbar does not have Wi-Fi connectivity or any smart functionality. We don't even have an app, which is very surprising because many soundbars at this price point have that feature. So guys, I even tested it my Samsung QLED 65-inch television. This is the 2018 model, and it's working fine with eARC. The regular stuff is working and all these things, but as this TV simply does not have the eARC, I'm not getting the Atmos signal on the soundbar with this television. And I read this Sony soundbar's manual. It clearly says that via eARC, if you want Atmos, you need the newer eARC standard. So if your TV does not have eARC, then if you connect it via the ARC port, you will not get the Atmos signal. I also tested on the latest Samsung 2020 QLED TVs, and on that, as you can see, Dolby Atmos was being detected. So this is the third TV on which I tested the soundbar. As you can see, it's connected. This is the new LG GX OLED television, and this does have eARC. So again, on Netflix, again, remember guys, not every show is in Atmos. For example, this one, as it's showing only 5.1, this is not Atmos. And the 6 Underground does support Atmos. As you can see, it says Atmos. So here I was getting the Atmos signal, and here again it says Atmos. I'll give you a demo. So again, be sure, be careful. And also, I've noticed this Atmos works only if you have the highest Netflix subscription. In the regular subscription plans, Atmos effect will simply not come. So again, it's a pain to get Atmos, I would say right now. Very limited sources have Atmos. But yeah, I'm just going to show you a clip of this Underground 6 so that you get a brief idea about the audio. So just going to try to play this Underground 6. This has Atmos. I'm just going to it takes a second to detect Atmos.
So many fucking videos in Italy. Come back, I've got an idea.
So again, that gives you an idea about the audio. Again guys, I'm recording with my microphone. It's not a true, what do you say, representation, obviously, because it can't capture the whole 360. You get a slight effect of Atmos, as I told you, but not that much of the top or total surround from the back. That's what I have noticed. So guys, what do I feel about this soundbar? You have seen the features and everything. Before I give my verdict, let me talk about this, because not many reviewers are talking about this. When you're specifically getting an Atmos soundbar, it's not very simple to just connect and you expect that you'll get an Atmos signal. Again, there are multiple components that should work. As I mentioned, when I tested it with my regular TV, that was my, what do you say, Samsung QLED television, that was a 2018 edition. I simply could not get, what do you say, Atmos from the TV using the eARC connection. And I read the manual, and it clearly mentions in this manual, if you want to get the Dolby Atmos from the eARC, you need an eARC connection, and sadly that is not found in older television. If you have a newer television from 2019 and the new latest 2020, they do have it. For example, on the 2020 QLED that I have from what is a Samsung that came for review, yes, Dolby Atmos worked, and even on the LG it worked. So again, to get the best effect, I would say make sure if you're connecting it via eARC, your TV supports eARC, else you'll be missing out on that Atmos. So if you don't have a latest television, the only option is to connect it with the regular HDMI port on this one. But again, these days we hardly use that. For example, yes, this worked when I connected my Xbox One X and Atmos, I got it. But again, it just has a single port. So again, be careful about that. And now let's talk about the sound. I would say sound quality was actually really good. If we forget about the Atmos, let's forget about the Atmos, regular 5.1 I'm talking, and I felt that the sound quality was very good and it was very punchy. In fact, it gave that punch effect because the subwoofer is fairly powerful, but again there is one caveat with that also. What I noticed is that if you were keeping the volume levels at low, below 30, 32, the subwoofer just did not fire that much. So to get that effect, I had to raise the volume a little bit, 40, 45, then only I got a good effect. But again, this can be an issue at night because it can get very, very loud. But again, yes, you do that, have that punch. But again, this is a true 3.1 what do you say, soundbar. That means it has one speaker over here, center and the side. Because it has a dedicated center speaker, the dialogues were very, very clear on this one in movies, so I enjoyed that. But again, truly it is a 3.1. If you are expecting that the sound will come from behind, that was not the case. Yes, it tries to mimic that effect, but again, I would say it felt a little bit missing. Also, when it comes to what do you say, Atmos, you expect that the sound will come from above. Yes, again it tries to simulate that, but I would say don't expect too much of sound coming from the top or from behind. If you want that, Sony has more expensive soundbars. I was checking one on Amazon that cost almost 70,000. That also has the rear speakers. So yes, I did get that slight, what do you say, surround effect, but not that effect that sound is coming from the top or anything, or even with Atmos based soundtracks. So I would say as a general soundbar, if I look at it, I would say I like the sound signature, and it was very punchy, gave that effect. But again, if you are expecting that Atmos effect, something coming directly from that virtualization, what they are trying to do, and get that Atmos effect, then you might we say it's slightly on the lacking side. But again, I can't complain because it's actually technically a 3.1 soundbar. And if I have to rate this one, I would rate it 7.5 out of 10. Still, I would say it's a very good soundbar and gave that punch effect because of the powerful subwoofer that it has. If you are expecting that Atmos sound to come from the top or from the rear, don't expect that. For that, you need more powerful sound bars. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. And guys, if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.